2. I'm Marilyn Harris.
And I'm Percy Smith, Marilyn's husband. This is Victoriously Crazy Podcast.
Not only have you seen our guest on 2 episodes of Victorious, but he's worked behind the scenes on countless episodes of many Nick shows, not just Victorious.
That's right.
Please welcome Nay Liao. Did I say your name right?
Leao.
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo! I'm an old lady, so correct me.
It's a hard Samoan name.
Oh, I love it though.
Nay.
Does it have a meaning?
No, doesn't have a meaning.
It just means I'm handsome.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Thank
Oh,
you.
you know, I mean it, man. You're a very nice looking young
Yeah,
man.
yeah, great
But
smile.
and my husband knows I'm a flirt, so don't worry.
Yeah.
I can, you know.
Yeah, I'll deal with her later.
I know.
Oh, man, it's not like that at all. No.
Okay, so thank you for joining us. Are you ready to get cooking? You see what I did with that? With the
Let's
cooking?
do it. Let's chop it.
Let's chop it
Ah,
up.
no, he
Let's
did
chop
not.
it up.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he's going to be fun.
He's
He's
gonna
going to
be
be a
fun.
lot of fun. We love your character. We can't wait to find out more about it. But first, let's talk about your history with Nickelodeon. It goes back to Keenan and Kel. Is that correct?
That's right. 1996.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. Huh? You were the lead set dresser. Can you explain what that title exactly means to those who don't know?
Sure. Basically, what I do is if you see all the furniture inside the sets, I'm the one that works with the crew and manages the crew to make sure that we get it on the walls, get the furniture in on time, get it from the prop houses. I facilitate the decorator and the production designer's vision. And then I work with the camera to make sure that everything looks good before it goes to camera.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I know you've also been a lead man on some shows. Is there a difference between those titles?
Well, yeah, the lead is just the head of the department. It's not. I'm still a set dresser. I still hum furniture.
Dig it.
That's
Yeah.
entertainment. They love those titles, you know. They
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
And you can make them as important as you want.
That's
you know,
right.
that's what I like about it. Dan Schneider created many shows, including Drake and Josh, iCarly, Zoe 101. There's way too many to name. How did your work begin with Dan's shows? Any memories you want to share about working on the show sets?
Yeah, I started actually on all that and all that season 2, and then Keenan and Kel, and I basically have done all of Schneider's Bakeries shows. I've done over 1,000
Nice.
episodes of television.
Wow.
And you know, it was a really great time because it was the shape of children's television and the way that the kids would absorb television. And he really pushed the envelope, you know, with characters like mine, characters like yours.
Yeah.
And he really kind of took what I grew up watching, the Norman Lear type of shows, and put them into kids television. So I thought it was fun. It's like All in the Family or Sanford and Son or Chico and the Man. I don't know if you remember those
yeah.
shows
Oh,
back
yeah.
in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we do, man. Believe me.
Wow.
We were there.
I did Zoe. Zoe was a cool show because we did it in Malibu at Pepperdine for a bit, and then we did in Santa Clarita. It was, you know, that was a really great show because we stepped off stage and started doing single camera, which was really fun that we hadn't done for Nickelodeon before. And so, yeah, he really pushed the envelope and really pushed us creatively to make sets and make all the art really spectacular.
Your Victorious on-screen role was so funny.
Yeah, it
What do
was.
you remember about the cast?
Oh man, they're great. You know, I worked with a lot of the young kids. I was working with Keenan and Kel when they were 15. Most of the time when the shows start, they're around 15, sometimes all the way down to 13 years old. And so they're really just great kids. First and foremost, they're great kids. And to watch them grow during that time, I have kids myself that are in college, but just to watch those kids grow is really spectacular. And to, you know, it's an honor to me to be able to be behind the scenes with them on a day-to-day basis. I work really close with the kids through, you know, when Keenan and Kel happened, right before they come out of the curtain and it's split, and they oh yeah, and they come out. I was standing with them every time, and so that's a really
Aw.
great memory for me with Keenan and Kel, and even to today, a lot of those kids when they see me or talk to me or hear from me are just like it was when we were younger. You got to
Yeah.
remember when I started in '96, I was in my 20s, so I was young then too, so I'm not far off from their age when they were kids. So they really identified with me and related with
Like a
me.
big brother,
No, that's
you
Yeah,
know?
that's right.
beautiful.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of went all full circle. Victorious was a great cast. I mean, those guys were so energetic and they were right in the pocket of their life that time. You know, they're teenagers, 16, 17, 18, and they were just they they were kind of the first cast that came out of doing things before they were children's. You know, they did the Nick shows. Ariana and Liz had done Broadway. Daniela had done a lot of or some other shows. So they all had some experience. So that was really
Mm-hmm.
kind of the first cast that had any type of experience before. Keenan and Kel and those guys from all that Amanda show, they were all brand new. They were just kids. Amanda was just a kid from a comedy store that, you know, Brian
Wow.
Robbins had found. So they didn't have a lot of experience, but these guys already had some experience, had some life, you know, life behind them as far as professional things. So they were really right in the pocket from the get go.
Tell us, which cast member did you meet first, and what was that like?
I remember meeting Ariana's mom first, and then Ariana first, and then I believe it was Liz wasn't far behind. But those kids were well, they sang all the time. Liz and
They did.
Ariana
They
sang
did.
all the time backstage, and my office was not far from their dressing room, so that's why I saw them first. I heard them first because they were singing, and you know
Because that's what they do.
That's what they
that's what they
do.
do.
And you know, we always ask that question about which cast member did you meet first? It's always Ariana.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
always her. And then they always mention the singing. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a memorable thing about her. She's
Yeah.
she's a very friendly,
very
very
personable young lady.
yeah, yeah.
very friendly.
Mhm.
So once you started working on
Mhm.
Victorious, were you surprised to be on screen?
Yeah, it came about. There was a gentleman that actually had the role and was doing they were doing run throughs, and he was having difficulty with it, and
What?
I'm
and
sorry.
I know it's
That's the test, the run through.
yeah, the test was a run through, right? And so they decided to make some changes, and Dan asked me to do the part. And so the next day, I got the lines and I got the script, or I had the script from as a lead man, but I
Hmm.
got it and rehearsed it that night. And then the next day, I went into rehearsals.
Wow.
That was
Wow.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. I had done some theater and things back in when I was in school, but you know, I'd never been on camera before, so it was fun.
You sound like you was chill. You just slid in and said, "Give me the script. I'm ready to
I
go."
got it.
Yeah, when you have a theater background, that's kind of you kind of just kind of everybody does everything, you know. So I have that theater background where I didn't even think twice about it when it could be pretty heavy thinking about all the people. I think a million viewers or something watching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but it was fun because of all the you know, I have small recognition, but I get recognized, and
I'm
Mhm.
sure.
I don't think about it at all.
Yeah.
It's usually my tattoos that they recognize because they didn't because there was a lot of talk about my tattoos because they made a video game about me.
Really?
What?
Tell us about
Yeah.
that. Tell us
Yeah.
about the tattoos and the video
Yeah, let's
game.
hear it, man.
Well, so Nickelodeon made a video game on their I think it's called Snap.
Oh, the
Yeah.
slap.
The Slap. Thank you,
Yes.
Slap. On the Slap. They came to me and said, "Hey, would you mind if we use your likeness on this video game?" And basically, it's Tetris. It's Kwakoo. Sushi falls from the ceiling, and you got to catch it and stack the sushi up. But at one point, the lady who had created it, Jana, had told me she's like, "That's the number one video game app in Japan." And
Wow.
I was pretty amazed by that.
Is that Jenna Petrozzini?
Jana Petrozzini, yeah.
Want to give all the praise to every crew member we possibly can. First of all, in the scripts, they love to mention people by name and kind of throw in names. Like I think there was an Italian restaurant, Petrozzini's, but am I correct that she was the web producer for so much of not just the video games, but the slap, and she's behind so much of everything web content for Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah, and a really great person. Really great person. Yes, that's correct, Bennett.
That's cool. Let's see those tattoos.
Yeah, man.
Come on, baby.
They're just polytap. This is someone.
Hey,
Look at that.
that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Man, did that hurt?
It didn't tickle.
Say, did it hurt? A little bit.
A little bit.
Like the Queen of England would be, a little bit.
That's funny. I love that answer. I love that answer.
All right, what was your reaction to hearing the squid chopping song you got to sing?
Oh, it was just fun. Yeah, I will tell you that when I went to go do the episode, when I first did the episode, I didn't really expect. I'd been behind the scenes, and so when they brought out the big chopping block of squid, I mean, it was probably 6 to 8 inches high of squid of this big. I love seafood, so it was a big, beautiful squid, but they really outdid themselves. They put a lot of squid on that tray, and I was kind of surprised by it. And then when I had to sing the song, I was nervous, just like everybody else. My scene was with Vic and Robbie, and they were great pros trying to help me out, be calm.
That was a lot of squid. What did they do with it afterwards? Do you know?
Yeah, how long was it sitting out?
I wanted to know. It was sitting out too long. It was, so they got rid of it.
Yeah,
you got to be careful.
That's right. Yeah. They couldn't have like a big squidacue, like a barbecue, and just cook it all up and stuff because it had been sitting out so long.
It would have been good. It would have been good.
Yeah, I know. That's a lot of food.
So you sounded pretty good. Are you a professional singer, by the way?
No professional singer. not a professional singer at all.
From a production standpoint, knowing how much you've impacted Victorious and all of these other shows, it's an honor to meet you, but also from a childhood standpoint, knowing how much laughter you brought just with that one song and that character. I mean, you're a legend. Like, this is insane. Just getting to hear the Squid Singer and Kwakoo. I I mean, what's happening right now?
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's pretty cool. My kids are that age where when they're in, my daughter is in college on the East Coast, and she was calling me and saying, "Hey, everybody I go to school with, knows me. I think I'm a meme or a GIF. Is that what they call those things?
Yeah, both.
Where I'm chop the squid, and I'm doing my thing, right? And so it's pretty cool to be recognized by my kids' friends.
Friends. Oh,
I did see a TikTok where somebody posted the clip of that song, and they said, "If you don't know this song, we can't be friends."
That's cool.
Well, Bennett, you know everything. There's not much you don't know about Nickelodeon shows.
And I love the sign behind you, Bennett. Move to the right a little bit so we can
see
the
chop the squid.
Chop the squid.
Disappoint my father.
That's right.
Did you know that the video game, the objective was to not disappoint his father? The slap video game we were talking about. Win the game so that you don't disappoint Kwakoo's father.
That's right. Man, you know a lot.
Oh, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Bennett, baby.
He doesn't have to research it. He already knew it.
Yeah. So if you're thinking about something or whatever, just ask Bennett.
Wow.
Yeah. He knows. He knows.
That's right.
It's kind of a testimony to how popular Victorious is.
Yeah.
I won't even say was, because it's been over 10 years. It still has a huge fandom.
It resonates with the young folks, man.
Yes,
they never
it does.
forget something. It resonates.
Maybe it can come back, right?
Oh man.
Yeah, maybe.
That would be something.
Maybe.
They're redoing everything, right?
Yeah,
they are.
They are. Carly, why not?
Yeah. And if it do come back, there's going to be some squid chopping at some point.
Yeah.
That's right. Maybe I'll own my own restaurant.
That's right. Yeah. Then that grandma come in.
I know.
If she see that chopper,
turn around and run out.
But I do like squid.
It's funny the way Dan's mind works. I mean, out of all the things he could have said for you to chop,
crazy?
it's
Squid.
squid. You know, there's
Yeah.
other food in sushi restaurants. It was a sushi restaurant, right, that you were working in?
That's right, sushi restaurant. Bennett, is it Nobu? I don't.
No,
Bennett,
Zoo.
no.
Nozu. Thank you. Jeez Louise.
I tell
Told you, man.
You know what's cool though about being on these shows for so long and being doing the I get a lot of questions about set pieces, like where'd you get that couch or where'd you get this, and I see that light in the back that that you have up on top there, and I see the gummy bears. I remember, like, so
Oh,
I have all
yeah.
these stories about how the gummy bears came up for iCarly and how that came about, and Victorious, you know, where certain elements of set dressing came from, and those are all. That's a whole nother show. But
Well, give
so
us a
that's
little
really,
taste. Share some of it with us.
where you from?
well, so I don't want to talk about iCarly with it for Vic. You know, there was a lot of the sets that I know Tristan. Did you guys already do Tristan's
Yes, we
podcast
did.
with Tristan Down?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
Tristan and Harry Matthew were big, and the decorators too. I got to mention Bonnie Bennett and Jason Howard, and those were the decorators that were working during that time. But those guys came up with some great concepts. Of now I'm stumbling as far as like something from Vic that was really memorable.
Oh, any show.
Oh,
because-
the lockers were really memorable. You know, coming
Oh,
up
yeah.
and decorating all the locker fronts.
Yeah.
Tristan spray painted a bunch of them, and then we would come in, put like the tikis on and all the 3-dimensional elements. And so it was really like, okay, what can we come up with this locker? And it wasn't really, the lockers weren't really defined to the characters. Like in iCarly, the locker was really defined to her, or the locker was really defined to Sam in iCarly. And in Vic, we did all the lockers, and then the characters just the directors kind of pointed, okay, that's your locker. I think Steve Hafer was directing most of the Victorious, and then that's your locker. They kind of work their way into the locker as opposed to the locker being made specifically for the character.
Right. Yeah.
Any iCarly memorabilia come to mind?
The computer, you know, in iCarly, the computer that was on her island was a big deal because that was the beginning of computers, really, and the interaction between the internet. The internet wasn't really around as we know it now. And so when that happened, and the interaction between the computer and the social media, that idea that they had was all fresh and brand new. So
Wow.
What inspired you to get into entertainment? Were you always interested in set design?
yeah, I did set design at the University of Iowa. And then when I left, my wife and I got married and packed up and moved to LA. It was something that I could do. And I started designing like trade shows, and then met a production designer and got into TV like right away.
Wow.
Wow.
What a blessing, isn't it?
That is.
It was a blessing. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
Was, man.
A lot of things in entertainment seem to happen by networking or chance.
Mm-hmm.
That's
you
right.
know, but you have to be in the right location. You did the right thing by
Yeah.
moving here,
That's right.
first of all. And
Yeah.
then you just ended up in the right place at the right time.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah. What was your very first set design job?
I did a big show for Merrill Lynch. This is not TV. It was a trade show, but it was a huge trade show in Arizona.
So what'd you do? Have a big giant dollar bill or something?
No, I had designed a whole Arizona landscape, inside outside type of look. It was in
Oh, wow.
Scottsdale, and so we built the set inside that looked like the rocks and caves, or not rocks and caves, the rock look of the exterior, the desert look.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
Okay.
So do you work off pictures or something? How do you get
Probably
that
looked
effect?
outside.
Yeah. I just
Look
looked
out the
outside
window,
for that
man.
one. No.
You been to Arizona? Yeah.
Yes, nothing there.
Man,
It's
don't,
like-
don't disrespect the AZ. Man.
Yeah, I
All right.
know.
You're also the president of a production company. Tell us more about it.
I started Colia Productions in 2005, and it's an asset management production company where we asset and manage properties for networks and for TV shows. I had actually started it with the Jimmy Kimmel Show. I
Nice.
was the lead. I was the lead man on the Jimmy Kimmel Show when it first started. So I've done a lot of other things besides Nickelodeon, but
Okay.
um,
Oh, we want to
so
talk all about you.
Run
It's
it,
not
man.
just
Run
with
it.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
You got
anything you want to
skills. You got
share. Yeah,
skills.
Jimmy Kimmel, that's huge,
That's
dude.
huge, man. You got
Yeah,
skills
yeah.
to pay the bills, baby. That's
yeah.
right.
So the production company now has grown to at 4 stages in Burbank, and we're working with some top-notch companies right now,
All
some
right.
Oh,
gaming companies and what have you.
Cool.
well, congrats. That's
Amen.
that's huge because it's like I don't know if I'm right, but it's like once you get a job with a big name and you do a good job, they refer you,
Yes.
to
Word of
other
mouth.
names, other
Yeah.
people, and they all run in that same circle.
Yeah, I know this
You know,
guy.
yeah, and you're on
Yeah,
your way.
Mhm.
So that's a
yeah, that's right.
testimony to how
Yeah.
good you
And
are.
that's why it
Yeah,
pays to
thanks.
be nice to everyone.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Yet first you got to thank the guy upstairs, man, and then
Amen to
Amen.
God.
second you have to be able to be a good person.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
That's when young kids ask me like, how do you succeed in this business? You have to be a good person.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a small world,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah,
Smile
Yeah.
will take you a long way, man.
That's
People
true.
remember that.
They remember
yeah.
the good
Yeah.
and the
I
bad.
remember when you were acting on when you were on the sets. You probably don't remember me, but like I said, I'm everywhere on the sets, and so I I was probably on the set tweaking, and I remember you're behind the set. You're just like the person and you're a very kind person.
Yes,
Oh,
he
well,
is.
thank you. Thank you.
Oh, look at him.
I,
See,
you know,
he knows how to do it, baby.
Yeah,
She's over here trembling. Why are you shaking like that, man? What's up?
it was fun. I couldn't believe I was getting paid to do that. And
Yeah.
everybody was so nice. And I love to hear you mention God because, I never hide my faith and what I'm about. And some people were actually pleased by that. And it kind of opened up a relationship, with some people on the set. And everybody was just so chill and so cool, especially the young people. It was a great
yeah.
experience. And I learned a lot. I got into acting because of him. He said I need to go find a red light on a camera and put that crazy to work.
Yeah.
You know,
Wasting all that talent on me. Shoot, man, good.
let the world see it.
I introduced her to
That's
my
right.
agent. And introduce her to my agent. I said, "All right, get busy, man.
Yeah,
Do
it's
something
crazy.
with her." And it
Yeah.
happened.
Can I just praise your performance? Because you did 2 episodes. How Trina Got In was the one where we heard the squid chopping song, but you
Oh, yeah.
returned for the Hambone King, where it was
Oh,
based on the
yeah.
Rocky films. And you were such a fan of Robbie because he's the Hambone King, and you were just starstruck, and you're hiding in this corner. And Mrs. Lee, who owns the restaurant, she's like, "Kwakoo, don't be shy." It was so adorable how you're like, "Hello, Mr. Hambone King. Can
Oh,
you
I
sign
love
my little
that.
notebook?" It was so funny. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah, we
Aw.
got to see that, man.
I admire you.
Really.
Oh,
You took that
thanks.
small role and you just made it so significant.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
that's
yeah,
that's
thank
not
you.
easy.
Yeah, chop chop, baby.
That's right.
I
That's
still
right.
think
Yeah,
about
chop
that
chop.
song.
That's
I
right.
love
That's
that
right. That's right.
I also did a couple of things for Henry Danger. I was a masseuse chef and
Uh-huh.
or no, chef masseuse
Oh,
in
I'm gonna
Henry
say a
Danger, and
masseur.
yeah, right. And
You're
I
massaging
did,
the food.
yeah, exactly, right. And I've done some like iCarly Web stuff too. So that was all fun, really fun stuff where they just asked, can you do it? I'm okay. Yeah, I'm
Wow.
here. Let's do it.
Just say yes.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's
right.
right.
That's the adventure when you say yes.
Just say yes, man. You
Yeah.
don't even know what they're talking about. Okay. I'll
Yeah.
do it.
That's right.
Can I ask what it was like working with Susan, who played Mrs. Lee?
Ah,
Oh, that's a good
yeah.
Oh,
question, Benny.
she is a
She's
really
something.
kind person. I mean, she's a really great. She's obviously had a lot of acting experience before because she was just a pro, and I kind of took the paces from her, as far as like how to conduct yourself when, even though I was behind the scenes, she would teach me things like just how to do the retakes, right, and do them the kind of the same way. And I would just watch her, and she would just she was just a pro. And I had seen a lot of pros on all the episodes that I had done, but until you're in the water, right, you don't understand how really it is to swim. And I just watched her, and she's just a pro. I mean, she's really a pro.
Wow.
Because what they really want to do, you know, the kids are so busy working all day long, and when you're at the 8th, 9th hour of the day, you just want to be done with it, right? And
Yes.
I'm a rookie, and I'm not trying to mess around or trying to create any problems but the kids are just trying to get their, you know, energy out, and it's and sometimes they're a little distracted, but she was quiet and just waited until she was called upon. So I just kind of did the same thing. She was great.
That's the best way to be. It's just be there. They know where you are. Be ready when it's your time.
Yeah.
Nail it. Go home.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And that's what you said about watching her. I like to watch everybody and what they're doing. Crew people, everybody. 'Cause it's like a machine.
It is.
You know?
Yeah, that also helped me do it. Also, have the confidence to be able to do it. Is that I've been working with the cameraman and all the people behind the scenes for 20 years. So it was pretty easy. It was like doing it in front of family. You didn't even think about messing up because they were there to support you, and they all were. People that aren't usually on the floor on camera aisle were sweet enough to come down and take pictures of me and give me support. It was great.
So cool.
It's like family.
Yeah.
We're both actors, and it's a family atmosphere when the job ends and you're like, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
I wish it could have gone
tell
on.
you how great you did or whatever.
That's the hardest part of every show, saying goodbye.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, let's not do it. I'm going to start crying. Stop it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, really, man. I mean, good cry.
Good
Do you
cry.
have any advice for someone who wants to follow in your footsteps, like acting, set dressing, production, or anything?
It's hard work. And no matter what area of the business you're going to be in, you just have to work hard. You have to be first of all, be a good person. And then any aspect, work hard, from the PAs all the way up to the EPs. They all put their time in. They all work very hard at what they do. There's not a position in the entertainment industry that I know of that doesn't require hard work, no matter the pay scale or the resume that you need to bring to come to that. If you don't work hard, you're recognized, and then you're not working.
Oh,
That's right. That's right.
Because they do have someone else that could replace you.
It's a small
That's right.
world. It
That's
is a
right,
small
man.
world.
We'll
and
be
they
more
do
than
remember.
happy to be in the shoes that you're in.
So thank you. I mean, that was a great
It
podcast.
was.
I learned some stuff.
Yeah, a sweet man. Look at
Yeah.
that smile. Every time
know,
you smile, it's
I
like,
know.
dang, man, you're cool.
I
You're so cool.
know.
Your wife must be so happy she has you, man.
Yeah. He's
She's
just
a wonderful
Family.
woman.
Aw.
Aw.
See there?
I
He
know.
knows the right things to
I
say.
know. We'll send you just that clip so you can play it over and over.
I say, honey, come over here and watch this. Come on, you got to see this, honey.
I know. See what I said about you. Do you want to shout her name out?
Yeah, her name's Jennifer, and she actually was a choreographer back in the day on all that, and she choreographed Brittany, and so she's part of
Impressive.
she's part of that Nick world.
Nice.
Cool.
And what about your kids? I mean, they want proof.
Any of them get the bug?
Bird goes to NYU. She's in she's in New
wow.
York. I'm so proud of her.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, and my son Cole, he's helping to run the production company, and could be
Aw.
proud of those kids.
There you go. That's what I was going to
Yeah.
ask. Any of the other kids get the bug? Yeah. And
Yeah.
obviously, yes.
Yeah. That's
right.
nice. Do you have any social media that you want to share in case anyone wants to get in touch with you?
No, I don't do social media.
Oh,
but
okay.
thank
That's
you.
why you're
I
so
appreciate
happy. I like that. Well, this is a social media shout out for the Victoriously Crazy podcast.
That's right.
Cause we need it.
Yeah, we need it, man.
Yeah, this is Victoriously Crazy podcast. Thanks for joining us. It's been a fun podcast. It really has. I learned a
Been
lot.
great. Thank you so much.
I learned a lot.
Thank you.
Be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment. Just carry your phone around looking at it continuously. All that.
But not while you're driving.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
No, not while you're driving.
No.
So now we're gonna do an Andre's grandma accent.
Uh-oh. Well, he has done theater.
That's right. Now you can tap into that theater.
That's right.
Okay.
Roll.
Oh, okay. There he is, Kwakoo. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I know you cut up squid. I want you to show me technique. Can you do that?
You did chop.
I didn't ask you to chop.
Oh.
I gotta show you my knife first, and I want you to know if it's the right kind.
All right. Let me see it.
Grandma.
Here it is. This is my knife.
That's not gonna work.
I cut with this, and I pick it up with that.
It's not gonna work.
You mean this wand with a hand on the end, and see how the nails are red? I polished them for you. You don't think I could chop squid with this and pick it up and put it in my mouth?
No.
Why not?
Not gonna work.
Oh, God. I paid $1,500 for this. I was told it's a special knife. You cut with the orange part and the little hand on the end. You pick up the meat. Somebody told me it was a back scratcher, but I don't believe them because I paid a lot of money for this.
It's just gonna disappoint your father.
How'd you know about my father? How'd you know that? He the one told me it was a back scratcher. I guess it's a face scratcher now. See the tears? It's wiping them away. The tears of disappointment.
Scene.